Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Mark Brappy, and this is Season 6 of the Jandal Racing League at the Hungaroring. With me today is Harry Lillis. Good evening, Harry.
Hello, Mark. Welcome back. Excited to get commentating again. Round 6, we're back. I think we've had a 1 week break.
Yeah, we had that extra week due to having our multi-league endurance race. But here we are back with the Jandal guys and girls, and for another fun round at Hungaroring.
Yeah, what a track we've got here. One of the most, if not the most technical track on the game, on Assetto Corsa. Very tight, narrow, restricted by grass, per se, more than walls. They like to call it the Monaco without the walls. In just the sense it's incredibly technical. What are your opinions on the track, Mark?
Look, personally, great track. Adrian put something on our Discord about having a lot of overtake opportunities around here. I don't seem to think that is overly correct. Your main spot will be turn 1, which is where we're looking now with Adrian, and down into turn 3, which is this left-hand hairpin. Apart from that, yeah, very, very nice track when you get it right, but it doesn't take much to get it wrong, and when you do get it wrong, it usually bites pretty hard.
Yeah, most certainly, especially this corner up here where he's coming up the hill, fast left-hander. It's just an incredible corner, but one where a lot of time is to be gained, but also a lot of time and time to be lost and damage to be gained, especially if you get it really wrong. So it'd be interesting to see the drivers getting up through there.
Yeah, it certainly will be. I'll just let you go for a sec, and I'll send you some links to the live stream.
Too easy. So, I jumped into the free practice sessions throughout today. A few of them. Did 2 races. And, just an enjoyable track all round. Got a chance to see the pace of some of the drivers around here. And it's safe to say that I'm actually happy I'm in the combox. We've got a bunch of good guys in here. Adrian, I was having a chat with him earlier, who I'm actually riding on board with now. He seems to enjoy the track. I was messaging him on Discord after we had a bit of a race together, and he seems to be loving it. I think it is a bit of a fan favourite when it comes to drivers' opinions, despite how technical it is. But yeah, it's hit or miss for some people, as it takes quite a bit of practice to get right. It's definitely a track where we might see a fair skill gap from the quickest to the slowest, but a very enjoyable track nonetheless. Oh, what we haven't mentioned, Mark, is the different weekend format that we've got here compared to previous rounds. We've actually got 2 races, 2 half-hour races. Well, actually, sorry, 1 20-minute race, a qualifying session, and then a 30-minute race. We're calling it the Super Sprint format, so that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and how that's going to work, I'm just trying to get this other program to work for us. It doesn't seem to be doing anything I'm asking it to. So how that's going to work, as you can see here on the stream, we get 10 minutes of free practice now, which the drivers are currently 3/4 of the way through. Then you get a 20-minute qualifying on the Saturday, and a race 1 on Saturday as well. 4 p.m. qualifying, 5 p.m. race. And then we come back for Sunday for qualifying 2, only 10-minute session, so they'll all be pushing pretty hard in that qualifying for a 30-minute extended race. Now, pit stops, I do believe the 20-minute is just a race, but the 30-minute has a compulsory pit stop. I do believe. I'm just trying to get that if I can.
And with races this short, well, obviously the 20-minute, well, I'm not sure about mandatories, but in terms of tyres, most certainly not on a race as long as this one. You're definitely not going to make any time back by putting freshies on?
There is no mandatory pit stops for either of the races. So there you go, no compulsory pit stops. Full formation lap as per normal for both races, I will assume. And yeah, so on that note, what are we looking at here for drivers' car choice? We got a lot of Ferraris, 8 Ferraris, so a good choice. A couple of Bentleys, bit orthodox. We got a couple of Lexuses, bit orthodox. A lonely Aston. That's pretty rare for there to only ever be one Aston. Oh, there goes that program. Okay. And we've got a couple of Porsche, only one Porsche. One Lamborghini.
Interesting, because the Porsche is, from what I understand, reasonably powerful around here. But I do believe the Porsche got a change recently that makes it a little bit less competitive.
Yeah, well, it was OP, and the new update for the game's physics and everything have made the Porsche less potent of where it was strong, and the Ferrari's caught up. Saying that, the Porsche is still very quickly coming out of a hole, so might only have the one there, but it can, when it wants to take off, it will.
Yeah, because from what I understand, and why it was so powerful around here. Oh, Duke's actually just gone up there in the first sector. Second, pardon me. The Porsche's main strength was exit speed out of corners. So, you know, on a track like this, where you're very sort of stop, go, that's sort of where it's in its prime. But from what I understand, it sort of got that turned down a little bit.
Yeah, only a little bit though. And I think a few other cars have actually been turned up in the same aspect. So, yeah, very, very different looking cars, or a different grid to what I would have thought.
Yeah, a lot of Ferraris, a lot of prancing ponies here. So at the moment, Duke Delacroix, to no surprise, on top of the table, about a second away from the next car, which is Tracy in the Lexus. And speaking of which, Macbeth in a Ferrari has just taken second place.
Just pipped Tracy there. Yep. Before we get into qualifying, I'm going to restart my game and hopefully get this other program up and running. So I'll just leave it over to you for a second and I'll be right back.
No problems, Mark. So, the end of the free practice session. Quick 10-minute session for the drivers to get joined up. Maybe make some final adjustments to setup, get a few laps in. And we're just waiting for the final of those drivers to come around in the final sector. About 5 cars left. And we'll be getting into our first qualifying session, 20 minutes. Which will set the grid for the first race before another qualifying session to set the grid for race 2. So, just ending the session now. And we are away for qualifying. Who's the first out of the pit lane?
Adrian, by the look.
Indeed it is. The 2 Ferraris, Adrian.
And Duke's right behind him. So, and these two are having a pretty good scrap in the title fight. Obviously not as close as what Adrian would like it to be, but nonetheless,
He seems to be pretty strong around here, old Adrian. Yeah, like I had a practice race with him, and obviously I hadn't put a whole lot of time in, but he was absolutely gapping me in that front.
yeah, he's very quick, old Adrian. good to have him in the com box last round at the Laguna Seca due to hardware issues, but he's got that sorted out. Okay.
Okay, I'm back. I'm a big old internet drop.
Yep.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes, I've got you.
Okay, sweet. Sorry about that one.
So Duke's will go on board here with Adrian, be first on track. A clear track in front of him as well. There's a couple of cars still left to come out. An Andy Lithgow and a Chris Broom, but they're not going to worry Adrian or Duke for that matter. Riding on board here with Adrian, coming down the hill into turn 1 hairpin. Hard on the brakes in the Ferrari. Hits the apex quite nicely. Coming into turn 3 hairpin. He's got this car. He didn't quite hit that ribble strip there. Wouldn't be surprised if that's not a validation cut. Coming up to turn 4. Rides the curb nicely. Doesn't go too far wide on the outside. Coming into the tricky part of the circuit now over this chicane. Now, I was watching you yesterday. You hitting first gear as well through there. Adrian does the same, comes through another quick S. This is the slower S of the two. Just dabbling the throttle there, you heard it. Now it's flat out through this one. A dab of the brakes, downshift, around, not to take too wide. That might be a cut as well. Coming down to the couple of final corners now. Nails that quite nicely. Into the second last hairpin. How would you rate this lap so far, Harry?
Oh, he seems to be crippled a little bit by understeer here, Mark. Seems to be a reasonably tidy lap, though. We'll have to see how he comes out.
Very different line there out of the final corner. He comes across the line. What's he going to set? It is a 44.7. Duke goes to a 44.1. Immediately, Duke at the top of the tables.
Wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of fire within Adrian here. There's time in that lap. I'm sure he'll be juicing everything he's got left in that Ferrari to try and get as close to Duke as he can.
Darren Bridges takes third with a 45.3. Then you got James Baxter. No, hang on. Macbeth now up to fourth with a 45.5. Tracy with a 45.52. Rob Mitchell with a 45.53. Jesus, there are a lot of people in the 45.5s here. Carlson down in the 7th with a 45.9. Baxter with a 46.5. Robert Shaw, a name that we haven't seen for a while, with a 46.6. He's pretty quick here too, and he's the only Porsche runner, which is surprising because Robert Shaw's car of choice for a couple of seasons have been the Ferrari, and he is quick in the Ferrari. So, what's happened to Duke? Oh, he's just gone in the pits. Happy with his lap at the time. So we got 2 Ferraris by 2 Lexuses. By a Ferrari by a Lexus.
Indeed we do. Ferrari's coming out strong immediately. Showing that pace early.
Adrian's up 2 tenths.
Looking to improve here.
Darren's up a tenth. Gunter's up a tenth. Carlson down in P8's up half a second at the moment. As there is a car getting out of his way. I think Carlson's backing off here. No, he's still on it. He's still up half a second. Robert Shaw's up 7 tenths. Falcon has almost found himself a full second. As Carlson comes across the line, puts himself up to P4. with that lap.
Who we got coming through the final sector? We got Rowe coming through the final sector in the Lexus. Not sure if he's improving or not.
He's down a tenth at the moment. Rob Mitchell's up a tenth. But Aaron Amural is up 1.2 seconds at the moment in Alexis, down in 14th or 15th now. So what can he do? 1.4 seconds coming into the final hairpin. That was very close onto the pit wall. Running a very tight line. He does a 45.9 to put himself up to 9th position.
We've got Adrian coming through the final sector, Mark.
Yep, up 2 tenths. Coming around the final turn, we got car 888 with the yellow flag there. He's teleported back to pits. 44.2 there by Adrian.
So close, only a 10th minute now.
Duke is out on circuit at the moment.
Is he on an outlet? He isn't. Sorry, he's not out there.
I think he's on his hot lap.
Can't see him on the track map.
Just coming up to end of sector 1. He's coming up to the S's. We got a yellow flag of Andy Lithgow. Coming up to Muriel. He shouldn't be a factor here. No dirty air coming off that Lexus.
Ethan Wilcox crosses the line to set his first timed lap. Puts himself in P13. Got Rowe crossing the line. Does he improve? Yes, he does. Knocks himself up into P4. Improves by about 3 tenths there in the Lexus. Car number 58.
Oh, that was car 14. That was Muriel having a big moment right in front of Duke there, coming out of second last corner. Duke using all the road and some.
Doesn't seem to improve.
No, 44.3 that lap. Adrian's backed off. Darren's in the pits. Dad Palat up 3 tenths. In another Ferrari.
That's coming through the final sector now. Currently sitting P5. Can he improve and jump himself up a spot or two? We'll have to see. Come through the second of the final 2 hairpins. First of the final 2. Final corner now. Such a hard one to get right. All about exit speed. Comes across the line.
Yeah, not quite better. Pulls straight off onto the non-racing line. Car 89 is up a tenth on his PB.
Carson crosses the line, sitting in P6. I believe he improved by a tenth. Not quite enough to improve his position.
He's only a tenth behind Macbeth now.
Exactly right.
Rob Mitchell's only 2 tenths behind. He's in the Bentley.
Dan Palat in P9 coming through the final sector now.
Up 3 tenths. This will give him...
This could give him a fair few spots.
This could give him in front of Rowe.
Beautiful.
Almost.
P6.
Oh, P6. Not quite. Adrian's up a tenth. Where is he currently? Coming into the final sector. Got a bit of traffic just in front of him. One of Mark Beers after he's rebuilt his PC.
Adrian keeping it tidy through the final 2 corners.
Still up a tenth. Bit of slipstream here by Mark, maybe. Oh!
Within a tenth.
Improves by 2/100ths of a second there in the end. Duke's up a tenth. So watch him in about a minute.
Mitchell crosses the line to improve by a bit under a tenth. Doesn't go up any spots. sits in 8th.
Tracy's coming across for 2/10 gain here. Does he? No. Must have been an invalidation because it didn't count.
Paddy crosses the line, moves himself up a few spots.
Yep.
Improvement, I think, of about 3/10.
Very nice. Who just jumped him? Someone's jumped.
Let's see if Rowe can improve. Coming across the line in the Lexus. He does improve by a bit less than a 10th. Doesn't move up any spots there. Sits himself in P4.
Duke's up 2/10. Coming into the final corner. A lot of cars coming out of pit lane here.
This might just put the cherry on the cake here.
43.9.
The first one to breach the 43s.
Tracy's on 3/10 gain as well. Near the end of the second sector here with an Adrian Palat right behind him.
Ooh, just getting a little bit twitchy there on the exit.
Yeah.
Very easy to do.
Oh, took too much inside curb then. It kind of gave him a wash of understeer.
Ooh, and he's gone pretty wide there as well.
He's still up 3/10 on his PB. 4/10 now.
Wow.
6/10 coming out of that hairpin. What can he do?
Wow.
Puts himself in the 4th with a 45 flat.
Wow.
Saying that from 4th to 9th is only separated by 4/10.
That's incredible. That's awesome to see.
So, not over by a long shot.
Most certainly not. And hopefully that translates into some bloody good racing.
We got Michael East just joined the lobby.
Man, that Lexus sounds good.
Really does, doesn't it? Duke's up 2/10, 3/10. Coming into the final hairpin.
Wow. Doing a bit of sandbagging at the start of this session by the looks.
Just finding the grip. What's he going to come across the line with? A 43.7. Takes another 2/10. Adrian's got a bit of a gap now between him and Macbeth. Is 4/10. Almost exactly 4/10. Macbeth only has a tenth of a second between himself and Bridges, as Macbeth is actually up 2/10 in the middle of his lap. Now where's Adrian Palat? He's at the end of his lap.
Jeez.
He's just lost a 10th there and he's backed out of it.
He's giving up.
Trying to give himself a bit more room to car 15, which is Tracy. Michael East is up to 6th position after doing 2 laps effectively.
Wow. Good start there.
In the Bentley, of all things.
Man, that thing would be a nightmare around here, no?
I would have thought so, yeah. It would be an absolute tank to be trying to drive around here. The good thing about it, though, is it can take curbs.
That is true. That's very true. Pretty useful around here, especially that big old sausage curb. Well, the big old sausage curbs at the chicane.
Yeah. Yep, the original sausage curbs, mate. They were one of the only back in the day. Adrian's par with his PB at the moment. We're riding on board. He's just found a 10th. Timing charts are trying to light up. Tracy's found 2/10. Car 15 just in front of Adrian. He's found 4/10, so we'll jump on board Tracy. Michael East has found half a second. Where is he currently? He's just in front of Tracy, but he's invalidated. So that won't help him. Who's your big surprise here at the moment with just under 4 minutes to go?
Dan Palat in the top 10. That's a bloody good effort there. And also, I mean, you got to give it to East for just jumping in and getting himself in P6. That's a ripper effort there.
Tracy goes up to 4th with a 44.7. He beats out Bridges by 6/100ths of a second. So there you have it. Falcon are down.
In the final second now.
Bridges in the he's down 4/10. Carlson is up 8/10 coming into the final sector. Seems like every car we go on board is a Ferrari here at the moment.
I was probably not listening, but did you see Adrian is back within 3/10 of Duke?
Oh, I have not noticed that. There you go.
Yeah, I've just looked at that, and that's a bloody good effort there.
Carlson comes across the line. This will give him a 44.3 almost.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, 45.1. So the timing sheets might have been lying a little bit. Michael East up 7/10 in the Bentley.
Oh, 7/10. That'll give him a good few spots. That'll promote him up into P3.
Yeah, yep.
If he finishes it off.
What can he do around the last couple of hairpins? Notice he used second. Oh, there's a car off there at pit entrance.
There's a Lexus for him.
That's probably not ideal. Comes across the line. Tracy goes to 44.3. 3/10 clear of Macbeth. He's done half the amount of laps as everybody else.
Looking very strong right out the gate.
Right out of the gate. And he's still going. Adrian Platt up at 10th. Darren Bridges up 3/10, comes across the line with a 44.3 to put himself up to 4th position. Forever changing here. Carlson up at 10th, coming into the final 2 hairpins. Yet again riding on board with another Ferrari.
There was a lot of them. Jeez Louise.
Car 82. No, he's gone.
Car 89. Carson crosses the line, improves by a little bit there. Stays P7. Who have we got? Falconer about to enter the final corner in the Mercedes. Can he get himself into the top 10? There's a fair gap from 11th to 10th, but we'll see what he can do.
Who are we looking? Falconer. There we go. We got a Gunter Rowe up a 10th. A Rob Mitchell up a 10th. Where is Rob Mitchell? Car 28. He's almost at the end of his lap. In another one of the Bentleys. So we got 2 Bentleys now. 4 Bentleys. Where have all these Bentleys come from?
Out of the Shadow Realm.
Out of the Shadow Realm. Car 188 goes off there in the background.
Did car 26 cross the line there? That's Jacob. Sorry, Jacob. I have a friend called Jacob Baxter. Jake Baxter comes across the line. I'm not sure if he...
It's not showing a finished flag beside his name.
For me, it is actually.
There you go. It doesn't show it for me on anyone's name, so that could just be a external software issues. So who else have we got? Car 58. Gunter Rowe's up a 10th. Michael East is up 4/10. Where's Michael East on circuit? Alright, so car 523, which is Falconer is next up, and he's 6/10 up according to my timing board.
Ooh.
So this could help.
Into the top 10.
Yep. And getting comfortably into the top 10. Could almost take out P6 here. Comes across the line with a 44.9. Take P7. And now we have Michael East, who's up 4/10 in a black and gold looking Bentley. Or is that a blue?
Last season, Mike.
Yep. He
He's
pips Adrian. Take a 43.9. Who else have we got? Car 72. That's Dad Palat. He's down 2/10.
Adrian was on a lap, but he actually pulled out of it in the final sector, so he'll be fuming. Plenty of racing to go, though. Qualifying does not decide it.
It does not, but a circuit like this, it'll definitely help. As I hear a car doing a brake lock up there. Alright, so in the chat we got Michael East might have already used the Bentley for round 1.
Ooh, interesting.
So that might be an instant disqualification. If that's the case. But as we normally do, there Harry Oles. So first off, 20-minute race. Your top 3.
Ooh, very hard to say. Obviously, you'd easily put your money on Duke being up there. Adrian Platt, he was awfully consistent. Well, that's the wrong word to use. Incredibly consistent in the races that I had with him. So he'll probably stay up there. I don't want to just say the qualifying top 3 though.
Yeah.
Let's say. You know what? We'll back Tracy in. You never know.
Oh, okay.
Back him in.
Okay.
Dark horse.
Dark horse. I'm gonna go Duke for the win because I don't reckon anyone can touch him unless East hasn't used the Bentley, which I can't actually recall. I got the worst memory ever. And then I'm gonna go. I reckon Falconer will get into the top 3. I reckon there might be a bit of carnage further in front of him.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I want to say a Robert Shaw with a comeback drive.
Ooh, from outside the top 10.
Yeah, look, he's got patience. It's not his car of normal choice, being the Porsche, but look, you can never write off Robert Shaw. And here at Jandal, we have given him his own pit manoeuvre as such. He just bumps you and says that you broke too early. So if he doesn't give a few people a Robert Shaw, I'd be surprised. So there we have it. So Harry, I'll throw it over to you when we get rolling for the grid walk.
Easy.
And current track temp is 29 degrees, sunny on a Saturday afternoon here at the Hungaroring.
Beautiful day in Hungary. There is a cloud in sight, but none look very ominous. In a 20-minute race, you wouldn't think that would turn into anything. So
it is
clear conditions here.
It is ×3 multiplier, I do believe.
Man, could you imagine?
So that
rain rolling in.
Oh, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
The driver's now starting up the various engines of the GT3 category, and any tick of the clock, we are rolling. So here we are, round 6 of season 6 of the Jandal Racing Series. Duke Delacroix rolling off the line, takes pole position in that black or grey and purple Ferrari. He'll be happy with that starting position. Certainly no stranger to the front row. Following behind him, Michael East. Currently on the cards whether he'll be getting a disqualification here based on his round 1 use, alleged round 1 use of the Bentley. In P3, Adrian Palat got pipped right at the end of the quali session there. And behind him, Bridges in the Lexus, followed by Sorry, my timing board's having a moment. Macbeth rounding out the top 5. He is then followed by another Lexus with Tracy there. Followed by Falconer, who got himself into the top 10 late in the qualifying session on his final lap, P7.
And the only Mercedes as well.
Yeah. Rowe there in P8, followed by Carson in the Ferrari in P9. And to cap out the top 10, we've got Mitchell in the Bentley, but I can't see him there. There he is. In P11, we've got Dan Palat in the Ferrari, followed by Baxter in the McLaren, and Robert Shaw starting P13 in the Porsche.
Is that the Kiwi paint job? Sorry, just quickly, is that the Kiwi paint job on the Porsche?
Yeah. Yeah.
What a weirdo.
Awesome paint job, in my opinion. Muriel, starting P14 in yet another Lexus, followed by Huddy in that bright purple Ferrari, car 36. He is followed by Wilcox in yet again another Ferrari, another purple Ferrari.
A former race winner too at Nürburgring.
In 17th, the lonely Aston. Very rare sentence in a set of competizione, starting P17. He's followed by Foster in the Bentley, car 188, starting 18th. And then another Bentley Lithgow starting P19. And to cap out the top 20, we've got Rambo in the funny number. And behind him, in the only Lamborghini on the grid, Beers. And to cap out the grid, we've got Broomy starting from the back in 22nd in the 2022 BMW M4.
Yeah, so Chris Broome will get instant disqualified because he's using the M4 again, but we all know this. So, let's get ready to race. We got 3 Ferraris back to back. On one side, you've got a Bentley Lexus on the other side. As East is actually on the inside of the hairpin here coming into the final corner. He's got to move himself to the outside line eventually. There he goes. No, he's pulling off completely. Michael East. So there must be some discussion there somewhere. He's gone all the way to the back. Here we go. Lights are out, fellas. We are racing. Nice overhead cam into turn 1. It's looking 3 wide at some spots, 2 wide. It's all pretty clear at the moment. Adrian's getting attacked there by a Lexus that is of Bridges, I do believe. Bridges just tucks in now nicely. He's getting swamped by another Ferrari of Macbeth. There's a bit of contact there by the look of it coming down the hill now. Turn 4, all pretty clear from the helicopter cam. As we just go a bit further back to see what's happening. Gunter Rowe, the Mercedes behind him. Gunter's having a good start there. He's got Tracy right in front of him in the other Lexus. So current
battle unfolding between Wilcox and Sharp Jones here. Oh, they're too wide into the hairpin.
That's a Michael East. That's Michael East sending it down the inside there of I think that's who's that running? Is that John Rambo? No, it's not John Rambo. Rambo's off the circuit. Currently just got back up and running. So we go back to the rear of the field. You got Chris Broome. We're just waiting for the timing boards to do. Huddy's obviously had an incident. He's down in 21st. So back up to the front, guys. Duke is starting to run away. We've seen this time and time again. No weather intervention, 28 degrees, so it's already dropped a degree. Nice into turn 1. Oh, there's a Ferrari wide of Macbeth, I thought. Maybe not. They've all made it through.
Oh, there's a Ferrari off the track. It's down for that. Turn 1 just got a bit of oversteer there. It drops all the way down the field. Unfortunate there.
Oh, there's side by side here with a Aston Martin. That's all the way down to 15th position. So Dad's lost a lot of spots here. Top three are starting to gap each other. Mid-pack is still nose to tail. I can't tell who's doing what. Andy Lithgow, sorry. Oh, car 266 is off. That's Ethan Wilcox. He's had a spin at the chicane. 20-minute race. He can't be affording to do that. Back up to the front, just quickly. Duke's got it comfortably covered. Adrian's comfortably second. Then you got the first of a non-Ferrari car in Darren Bridges in the Lexus. Outstanding newcomer here to Jandal Racing. Then you got Macbeth, Tracy, Gunter Ray up to P6. Falconer, Carlson, Mitchell and Robert Shaw is up to P10 at the moment.
A charge here, but not long, only 15 minutes. But he's in the top 10 after starting, I believe, P13. He's on a charge here, Robert Shaw.
Chris Broom up to 17th already in his BMW. He's having a bit of a look here at a Foster. Oh no, he's backed out of it. And he was having a look at Huddy. That didn't end up working either. So we got, oh excuse me, 2 Ferraris leading the field and 2 Ferraris at the tail of the field. Just a bit of...
Interesting stat there, actually.
A bit of a... yeah, just a bit of a... Oh, Broomy, no, it doesn't work too wide there, son. Don't go it. He's backed out of it.
Carson all over the back end of Falconer's Mercedes here in the final sector, putting all the pressure on. Falconer certainly feeling it, the fight for P7 here. A few little battle packs unfolding already, especially in that mid-pack, as the leaders, Duke, continuing to run away with a bit of a lead here.
I thought Carlson was pushing Falconer then through that hairpin. Falconer's gone extremely deep. Falconer's on the out. Carlson's on the outside. Sorry, I'll get my names right in a minute. Rob Mitchell's just sitting back in that Bentley. That's going to go in this straight line. And then Robert Shaw in the Porsche, tucked up right behind him as well.
Robert Shaw on the prowl.
The only problem is Robert Shaw doesn't have the straight line power to do anything into turn 1 in that Porsche.
I do believe
He's had a bit of an incident. Oh, I thought Mitchell had a bit of an incident, leaving the door open for Robert Shaw. He's pushing him out of turn 3, down the hill into 4. He's very wide there. That's a track extension if I've ever seen one. Yeah. So back to your comment. You the older Porsche was the slower one in a straight line.
Yeah.
So I know the newer one does lack very top end, but maybe it won't hinder him so much here.
He's just made a bit of a cough up there into the chicane, ran a bit deep.
Yeah, ran very deep.
Going out of it to avoid contact with Mitchell there.
Might actually be a bit of saving grace to... I know it's only a 20-minute race and I only got 13 minutes left, but there's a bit of a battle here. Michael East at the back of the shot here. He's going up the inside of Muriel. He's got that job done. Now he's after a Jay Baxter in the McLaren. So it'll be interesting to see what was said there about East and why he, well, if he neglected to start at the back or he was told to start at the back through that warm-up lap. But currently, there's a bit of a train forming behind Bridges in the Lexus. You got the Ferrari of Macbeth. Tracy just can't quite get on the back of this. So you got the 3 Lexuses all within, I don't know, half a K from each other. Chris Broom up to 16th position.
Just going to say there, Bridges looked a little bit out of confidence running through that fast uphill left-hander. I think that seems to be all over the back of him here.
Yeah, well, this won't be the Lexus's strong point through this part of the circuit. But the Lexus has got the legs over the Ferrari. So down that main straight, if he gets a good run out of that final hairpin, as all 3 Lexuses take the same line, through there, Falconer's still got his rearview mirror full of a Carlson Ferrari. And then you've got Mitchell and Robert Shaw right behind these two, with a Michael East coming up. Carlson's now pushing him out of this final hairpin. He's got the run down the inside. It's a straight out drag race, sorry. Ferrari V8 versus Mercedes V8. Ferrari's better on the brakes. Oh, he's gone a bit deep, has he? Can he stick it? Is he over and under? Someone's been pushed wide back there as well. Is that a Robert Shaw? It is. Robert Shaw's on the inside of Meast. He's got the position back. Now East has got the inside. Oh! East is just bullying his way through the field here.
Absolutely. On a hell of a charge in that Bentley after dropping to the back of the pack at the start of that, or the end of the formation lap there. And he's still going, Mark.
Absolutely.
Absolutely gobbling those curbs. My word.
He's right on the back of his fellow Bentley driver, of Rob Mitchell. He's looking in unorthodox. There he is, isn't he? He's not following through the S's. He's trying to get the cold air.
Yeah, quite interesting there.
Sort of looked. Oh, he's having a bit of a. That's a late dive if I've ever seen one.
Jeez Louise.
And Robert Shaw's going to take the move as well. Yep. He's around the outside. Has he got the move stuck? He has. So Robert Shaw just biting his time.
Carson's still chasing down Falconer. Got the slipstream, not as close as he was the previous lap.
No.
But he's well and truly tucked behind that wing of that Mercedes.
He's having another look. Oh, I thought he was having a look.
Just getting in his mirrors, putting the pressure on.
Trying to make him nervous. Make Falconer make the mistake. He's got the run. Falconer's protected the inside line. As we saw though, if you can hang it around the outside, you've got the inside for the next. Can't quite pull it off. So we'll go back to the front just for a second. Top 2 haven't really changed. So we'll go to Bridges, Macbeth. Tracy's now on the back of this battle.
Yeah, he's really caught up.
So the Ferrari's now in a sandwich. And as I said, the Ferrari doesn't have the legs down the main straight to make a move on the Lexus.
Exactly right. There's only so much that slipstream can do. It's not a very long straight for that matter. So really, if you've got the engine, which the Lexus definitely has, you know, it's quite hard for someone with less power to get by around here.
Michael East is having a look here at Carlson. Sorry, he's gone around the outside.
Ooh.
He's taken no prisoners here, East.
Jeez Louise.
Now he's going to have a run at Falconer. This will be a good drag race, actually, between these two.
Certainly will be.
Two of the bigger cars on the field, in the field. Meese just gets an absolute launch off that final corner. Goes to the inside. Falconer doesn't cover.
He's got the nose in.
Now will this give Carlson the run? Carlson now down the hill. They're side by side almost. No. Oh, he thought about it. Robert Shaw's falling off the back of this fight too now. Macbeth is falling off the back of Bridges just ever so slightly. Falling into Tracy's clutches. So, what can Michael East do now with a bit of clear air? Up to Gunter Rowe. He's got 2 or 3 good corners to try and catch him. That's the gap at the moment.
Man, Carson is all over the back of this Mercedes. Putting on all the pressure.
Are they?
Oh, but he's got a boatload of understeer there.
Muriel and Dad Paletta having a good scrap too. Lexus versus Ferrari. As we got a drive through for car 7, which is Aaron Sharp Jones. I'm believing that'll be for track limits. Mark Beers has dropped out. So unfortunate for him, he won't be taking part in this race. As Jones comes in to serve his drive through, that's going to put him at the back of the pack. Unfortunately. So, Dad Palat still on the back of Muriel. There are just little battles everywhere. Robert Shaw, Mitchell and Baxter are having a good little fight as well. Carlson and Falconer are still going at it.
Yeah, they've not been able to let go of each other, these two.
Macbeth, Bridges has had an off somewhere because he's now down into P4. So Bridges had a bit of a moment somewhere, cost him a position. So that's unfortunate. Tracy right here behind Bridges. So Ferrari top 3, Lexus 4, 5, 6. And you got the Bentley. Is the first of the non-Ferrari Lexus cars in P7.
That's unreal. Ferrari. Lexus. That is unbelievable.
It really is. Nothing else really going on at the moment. Macbeth has just stretched legs now that he's got around Bridges. Ever so slightly.
Mitchell going about as wide as you can out of the final corner. Going all the way out to the wall even. Surely that would be a track extension. You can have used the track limits there, but that was a lot. And Baxter hot on the tail of that Bentley. Just can't seem to get an opportunity to get past here.
Nah, it's the same problem they've got all up and down the field. Is one car will have the straight line. As Dad Palat gets around Muriel. No, he doesn't. He's pushing him down the hill though. What can the Ferrari do on the Lexus? Who's got the better run?
Oh, Lexus, it's a little bit twitchy on the exit.
We're right on board here with Danny Palat just for half a lap. Oh, he stuck the nose right in there. Backed out at the last minute, thankfully. There's a car off down near Robert Shaw. That is Robert Shaw that's off. Paul Huddy's got a drive-through. Chris Broome up to 15th. Dad Palat still hassling this Lexus. Now, Dad will know the Lexus pretty well. It's one of his favourite cars. Just look at that straight line speed of the Lexus.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And that's why we can't get moves done. But the Ferrari's good under the brakes. Having a look at the inside. He'll switch to the outside. He's just blocked that line beautifully from Danny Platt. Shut the door. You can already see the Lexus starting to pull in this little bit of a straight here. This is a great little battle here.
As we're approaching, I believe, the final lap of the race. Yeah, I believe.
Oh, car 15's just had an off. That's Prune Tracy in the Lexus.
Ooh, yeah, he's dropped quite a fair way down.
That's a massive moment. So final lap, we're right on board with Duke. I'll hand it over to you there, Harry, for a flying lap of the Hungaroring.
Beautiful. There he is. Okay. Running down after the final corner, down into the downhill left hairpin. On the brakes here in that Ferrari. They're pretty good under the brakes, these things. Really late on the brake there, holding a tight line, maximizing his entry for the next corner. Grabbing a good amount of curb, perfect, stable through the first sector. Uphill into the fast left, the hardest corner rather, on the track, you could argue. And here approaching the elongated hairpin, you could say. Very easy to get wrong, but Duke absolutely nails it, no surprise. Into the chicane, dashing over the sausage curbs rather nicely as he approaches the most technical section of track in the third sector here, grabbing a nice amount of each curve, running a little bit wide there, but still keeping tidy. Duke now just corners away from taking yet another victory here in Season 6. Breaking through the final sector now. What a tidy lap this has been, really showing his class here. Duke Delacroix in that Ferrari as he approaches the final corner. Duke Delacroix, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be your race winner. The first race of this super sprint round. Duke Delacroix, congratulations in the Ferrari there. Well done.
Oh, I think there's been contact. Michael East and Gunther Rowe here on the second final corner. East has let Rowe come back through, but they were fighting that whole lap. Here they come now across the line. Gunther's going to come home P6, East in P7. Carlson got Falconer in the end.
Oh, he did? Oh, how didn't I cover that?
How didn't we capture that on screen? Rob Mitchell P9, James Baxter P. Oh, we're riding on board. Baxter is sideways into P turn 1. He's done a Bottas right there. Car 15's just crossed the line. That's Tracy. Fell all the way down to 16th position. And he's coming across the line in a Bentley. Come home in P17. Then you got poor Hud. After his drive through, obviously not enough time to do anything with it. And then you got Mark Beers, which coming across the line now. Jones coming across, and then Rambo to bring the tail of the field home. Yeah, very good racing there. From everyone involved.
Definitely relatively clean for the most part. Not too many accidents there. The main talking points, of course, would be as an East at the start of the race there, dropping down the back of the pack. He managed to get himself all the way back up into P6. Incredible drive there.
Yeah.
Bentley. And yeah, that battle pack there between Carson and
Falconer.
Awesome. Absolutely kicking myself we didn't capture that.
Yeah.
At the very end there. But beautiful work all round from all the drives, and obviously congrats to Duke on taking the first race win of the round.
So we got a Bentley leaving circuit. We got Adrian out on track. Bentley of car.
Quick drink break, mate. I'll be right back.
Yep. Car 31 in the Bentley is... Car 31 is a Ferrari. What am I on about? So, must be 188 is a Bentley out on circuit, which is James Foster. So 10 minutes qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. New day, same time schedule, virtual time schedule, I do believe. Doesn't look to be any more threatening of rain than what it was last race. So will we see a mix-up of a mix-up of the grid in round 2 or race 2 of round 6 here at the Hungaroring. So jump on board Adrian for his first flying lap. Well, we'll follow Adrian through this first flying lap. He crosses the line to start. And I do believe DJ Was has just entered the game. We might get him entering very late in the session. We'll just pull... Here we go. We've got, where are you? Where are you, sir? Glory to Ukraine.
Asterisk glory to Ukraine
I
said
would,
just
but
got
you're
in the
not in
vibe
chat. Here he is. Hello, good evening. Glory to Ukraine, formerly known DJ Was. How are you, mate?
I'm pretty well spent, but I figured I'd jump in for a bit of a con.
Bit of a con. Well, you've jumped in at the right time, mate. We've got another 30-minute sprint race to go with 6 minutes left of qualifying. We are. Super sprint race tonight.
Super the price of one.
So we just had our 20-minute race. Duke come out with the win on that, Adrian P2. And I do believe it was, let me think, Macbeth in P3 were your top three. So,
I've seen a lot of Ferraris and a handful of Lexuses.
yes. And a couple of Bentleys.
Yeah, Bentley's actually pretty good around here. Let me guess, you've got Meest, who else? Foster, yeah. No, the Bentley's a good car around here.
Yep, got Mitchell in one as well. Darren Bridges up to P3 in the Lexus. Currently, top 4 don't look to change. Aaron Sharp in P5. So there we go. Duke already with a 43.8.
Yeah, and he's already up heaps in that first sector.
Jeez. He is too, up 4/10.
Quite cut it there. That's good. Corner catches everyone out, and he's all. He had to back out of it, otherwise we would have cut that.
He's still up. Still showing that he's up. Now, who's been disqualified? Jay Baxter.
Yeah, driving the wrong way. I don't know how you managed to do that, but
Oh. Will that only be for qualifying?
as far as I'm aware, yeah, it's only for qualifying, so he was
Only for the current session, yeah. Yep. A few people yet to come out and pit. Macbeth is yet. Tracy's yet. Rambo's yet. Andy's yet too. Dad Palat up to 7th. Huddy up to 8th. Wilcox 9th.
heads up to Rappy, you can't
Okay. Let's rectify that problem. It's always you.
Really? You never had that issue with anyone else?
No.
I have returned.
Definitely sounds like I'm in trouble.
It definitely does. Because I don't have that problem with the Harry.
What's the problem?
Apparently we can't hear DJ Was in the stream.
That's odd.
It really is, eh? Was. What are you doing, son? Well, I can't hear you at all, was it? Or just...
You know, it's funny, you can't hear Harry either.
Can I?
Oh shit.
Okay.
No way.
Have you got it set to input from Discord and not your headset USB or whatever it is? On the stream, no, you can't hear me at all, and you can't hear Harry either. No.
Fuck me. Alright, try that. Testing.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, yeah, that's fixed. At
That's
least for me.
fixed. Can you hear you as well? Alright. So, with a minute left on qualifying.
Hello, people. For the first time in an hour.
Sorry about those technical difficulties. You'd think running 2 screens I'd be able to see a lot more of these comments coming through, but I really can't. So, big changes. Gunther Ray up to 3rd. He wasn't there last time. Michael East is still in pits. Robert Shaw's in pits. Andy's in pits, Rambo's in pits, Roomy's in pits, Macbeth is in pits, Tracy's done one lap, Beers is in pits.
Interesting on the timetables. D Bridges has the fastest first sector out of anyone.
Hey.
Yeah, he's 8 thousandths of a second up on Duke.
Ooh. So why are we seeing so many people not opting to qualify in this session, we think?
Is there a tyre set limit, or is there some sort of fuel?
No,
limit?
there's no restrictions as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Because I remember we did that endurance race a little while ago where you started on your qualifying set of tyres, and a lot of people just did their one lap, and some people did none. Some people did the whole session because.
Yeah, I remember that.
Makes
I
me much
think that
better.
was a special event though, wasn't it?
Yeah, at Brands Hatch.
Yeah.
Which tyres there is how you going. Here it's not too bad. It's like a lot of the corners are sort of, especially all your high load corners are sort of spaced out from each other, so you're never overheating one particular corner.
Yeah, the rules just state quali 2 is only a 10-minute quali with a 30-minute race, no compulsory pit stop, full formation or race, so it doesn't say anything about tyres or anything like that.
Maybe they're all off grabbing a beer and
Yeah,
doing
maybe
their
that.
business.
Hopefully Sharpie stayed in. He's not realised it's a double race, but he's still here. So we see Duke Adrian Bridges top 3. Rory
Very
Carson.
similar qualifying to the first one.
It is
And
actually.
the pattern continuing with Ferraris and Lexuses up the front.
Yep.
Said rather than 3 of each, we got 2 of each, capping up the top 4.
Yep.
With obviously Duke
Now,
taking P1 once again. That's
just have a look at 5th and 6th. That was a 20-minute battle last race.
yeah.
That was around the other way, so we'll have to keep a watch on those two. With Danny Palat right behind him, Paul Huddy will be hoping not to get a drive-through this race. Who else got the drive-through? It was Aaron Sharp-Jones got a drive-through last race. So he will hoping not to get another one if he's even still here. I don't think he is. So minute 46, Harry, top 3.
Okay. Duke for the win. Most definitely. I'm going to go... Yeah, look. I'm going to be boring. Duke, Adrian, and you know what? Let's say Rowe. Let's say Rowe.
Oh, okay. Was top 3?
Duke, Adrian, and how far back is Meast?
Last. Second last.
Yeah, you could get there.
He has got half an hour. He managed to get up to P6 in 20 minutes. So he's definitely on the cards for a podium.
Where did... Oh, Robert Shaw's still in pits. Is Robert Shaw not racing this one? I've seen they've lost a couple of drivers. So mine would be... Duke, Adrian, I reckon Carlson.
Carson?
Carlson.
All right. I was gonna pick Carson, but then I thought if him and Falcon are getting another battle like that, they're not gonna keep up with the top 3. So certainly wouldn't be a bad thing to watch.
I'm gonna go a Dad Palat for 3rd.
Oh, okay. Might be able to thread the needle between Carson and Falcon and run away.
Yeah, and then get around the 2 Lexuses. But then again, we saw that race. No one can really do anything, can they?
No, certainly not, especially against those Lexuses.
Or unless if you're Michael Easton, you just barge your way through. Have no
or you're Robert Shaw and you Robert Shaw your way through.
Yeah, but he's not actually starting the race, I don't think.
Alrighty.
Lights are out. Over to you. I was about to call you Duke. Over to you, Harry.
Well, certainly, Duke is a name not pretty hard to forget this round and this season, more importantly. He starts on pole once again in that Ferrari, followed by, once again, Adrian Platt, also in a Ferrari, starting P2. Behind them, second row, we've got Bridges starting P3 in the Lexus, and Rowe partnered in the Lexus. P5, we've got another Ferrari, Carson, followed by Falconer. Those two set for another battle, hopefully. Following them, we've got Dan Palat, starting P7, followed by Huddy. And P9, we've got Mitchell, the first of the Bentleys. And to cap out the top 10, Ethan Wilcox, starting P10 in a Ferrari. Just outside the top 10, we've got Muriel in a Lexus, car number 14, followed by Foster in the second of the Bentleys. He's followed by Beers, who starts P13, a bit better than the start of last race, who is then followed by Tracy in P14 in the Lexus. And P15, we've got Macbeth in the Ferrari, followed by Broomy in that golden M4. In 17th, we've got Rambo in the Ferrari, followed by Lithgow in the Bentley, and Meest, probably driver of the last session, in the Bentley, starting P19. And to cap out the grid in P20, oops, my leaderboard is losing its shit at the moment. It's East starting last, and I think Baxter was 18th. Got a bit mixed up there with my leaderboard, but yep, that's the grid.
I think Baxter is last because he got disqualified in qualifying.
Yeah, that'd be right.
For driving the wrong way, apparently. So Aaron Sharp-Jones is no longer in, and Robert Shaw is no longer here. So we've lost 2. Unfortunately.
A nice even 20.
Won't make it any easier for us to catch any of the dramas.
Certainly not. Last race was full of action, the 20-minute sprint race, and now we're on to the 30-minute feature. Still no pit stops, no mandatory at least, and I don't think anyone's going to do one voluntarily.
No.
30-minute race as the drivers begin to grid up now.
It's about 55 litres of fuel. They will feel a bit different. There is a bit of cloud cover. Watch this space for weather. There is a slight chance of it as we get off and racing. Coming around the final corner. Side by side Ferrari, side by side Lexus. And then the battle to watch, the Ferrari versus the Merc for 5th and 6th. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, round 2. Race 2 of round 6. And it's lights out, the way we go. I think Adrian got a better jump there than Duke. It's side by side running down the hill into turn 1. There's nothing there's 3 wide. There's a Bentley in the middle of the circuit. Adrian's... there's contact. There's a Bottas at the back. I didn't quite catch who that was. Huddy's been infected, car 28. Rob Mitchell is in the wall, pointing the wrong way.
Oh, there's a Porsche going off there.
There's a Porsche.
There's more contact at turn 3. 2 Ferraris out on the AstroTurf.
There shouldn't be a Porsche. There's no Porsches in the race.
Who was it? We got Jay Rambo and Macbeth with drive-throughs off the start there. Rambo's... It might have been him going into the wall.
Rambo's up to 4th, 3rd. 2nd.
He's 2nd now. Flying.
He's flying with Rob Mitchell.
With the drive-through.
He's so far back, he's forward.
Now that the timing board has caught up with everyone, that they've passed the first sector.
Yeah, Bridges has managed to get past Palat, and I think he's going to be stuck behind that Lexus for a while unless Bridges makes a mistake, because it has some long legs on it.
It does, and this is what we were saying last race, because we saw a couple of battles, Lexus versus Ferrari, and you're right on board of Ferrari out of that last turn, and the Lexus just walks away from him. So Bridges has got the fight of his life for 28 minutes to keep a very fast Adrian Palat behind him. My third place hopes has died very radically as he's got a busted up Ferrari down in P16. So as Mark Beers is dropping, where's he? He's behind 17. Them all. So Duke not quite running away with it just yet. Bridges P2, Adrian Palat P3, Gunther Rose yet to make a move on anyone. P4, Carlson and Falconer. Now how close are these two? Oh, not very close at this moment. And then you got Marill in 7th, Foster in 8th, Macbeth unfortunately with the drive-through. Was that for starting position, was it there,
I think so, believe so.
Yeah, they got it straight.
He's having a look on the inside here. This doesn't really work. They've left each other room. Kind of. Foster had to take a bit more curb. Luckily in the Bentley you can do that. So Macbeth up to 8th now, as he goes very wide. There. Duke's already pulled a bit of a gap. 2 seconds.
Yeah, Adrian is gaining very slightly over the whole course of the lap. It's not really all in one place. It's sort of a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah, Bridges
might be able to get a run.
Yeah.
Bridges was running 3rd there at the start of the first race, and then had a bit of an incident and dropped back down to 4th, I think it was.
Yeah, see, if you see that now, look at that, it just pulls away.
Yeah, it's just running away.
Can't do anything in Adrian's position.
And that Lexus can break in a T1 very, very, very deep.
And the thing is, it doesn't matter how good you are in the corners either, because there's nowhere to overtake in the tricky parts. So, yeah, you're just in a vulnerable spot with Adrian here. Can't really do much.
No, just got to pressure him in Sector 2, I reckon, is a weak spot for the Lexus.
Yeah, it's more damaging if you make any sort of mistakes around here, especially. Yeah.
So it'll be a good battle to watch. Another good battle is car 26 has got a train behind him of Baxter, Broomy, Tracy, Huddy and Dad Palat, I do believe. Andy is also in this battle. Tracy's having a look at Andy. No, he's not going to make a move. Broomy's back there as well. Broomy's just mounting the curbs. Hope he got consent for that first. Because otherwise he'll be going through. Oh, Andy's made it off. He's going to get gobbled up here. He's lost one to Tracy.
I think those curbs sign a waiver when they're on the track.
Oh, okay. Yep.
They're up for anything.
They're up for anything. Broomy with the dive of the lifetime here. The sign is right in the camera spot. Wait, Broomy's made the spot. No, he hasn't. Now he's on the outside. Andy's pushed him wide. Oh, the over and under.
Back around.
Great racing here by Broomy and Andy.
Oh, who's going to get the better exit out of the three of them?
Oh!
That's who it is. Look at that. Oh,
this is a drag race for sure. Go, Andy, son. Bridges still holding up Adrian. Andy on the inside.
Yeah.
The switchback from the M4.
Oh, wow.
I reckon the Ferrari here is going to get him as well of Huddy. So that's actually cost Andy a position.
I think.
Oh, there's contact!
And he spun
It's
himself.
spun himself! Oh no, Andy's going to drop all the way back to 17th.
Oh.
Unlucky there for Andy. Great bit of battling there with Broomy.
Yeah, he had the. I think he had the rights to the corner, but I think he just broke a bit deep. I don't think.
Racing into it.
Huddy cut across him there. No, he turned in.
Oh, Baxter's getting attacked by Tracy. And I can confirm Michael East is not in this race.
Okay.
Not that that matters, because only was picked him to get in the top 3.
Yeah. Got my money back on that one.
Adrian's got to pass Bridges
Ooh.
Oh, he has.
for second position.
What a... That's beautiful driving. Bridges must have made a little bit of a cough up there.
I reckon it was out of that final right-hander before the start of Sector 3 there. I reckon he's just gone a bit deep.
Yeah, the fast right-hander. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you get on the Astro there, you have to back right out of it.
yeah, you got to back out of it, and it's given Adrian the sniff that he needed. So, as we were for the top 2 out of race 1, Falconer can't keep up with Carlson. He's lost out to Muriel in the Lexus. And Carlson's actually pulled quite a gap on that little pack. Between Tracy and James Baxter's trying to get back onto him. Car 36, Paul Huddy. Who's he got right behind him? A Dad Palat and a Rob Mitchell. Really good little battles here, all over the circuit. One thing that interested me in that first qualifying session, Harry particularly, is everyone's different line out of the final hairpin.
Oh, yeah.
You saw some enter wide and then cut close to the wall near the exit, and some entered really tight and kept it tight for the whole lot.
Yeah.
Mitchell here having a look at Dad Palat. He's got the job done. Just quietly.
Definitely a corner up for a little bit of creative interpretation to an extent. I like to enter it wider. Feels almost a bit wrong entering it so tight, but it does work. And yeah, different drivers like to take it different ways. It's good to see. Also depends on car, I guess, and how they handle, but...
I'm usually one for spinning out at that corner on the warm-up lap.
That's a good line. That's a good line.
Yeah. No, look, it's all about getting heat into the rear tyres.
Of course. Of course.
It doesn't matter that I drop all my grid positions to do it. It still works.
How else are you going to get tyre temp, Matt?
That's dead right. Dead right. So, Mitchell got Dad Palat. Now he's charging up for a Paul Huddy for P12. Was any outstanding racing at the moment that you can see out there?
All I can see is Adrian going half a second a lap slower than Duke, and him and Bridges doing the same times as each other, so that might get a bit stale.
We've got Foster, Tracy and Baxter. 3 different cars.
Yeah. Basie's got a bit of a run on this Bentley here.
And Chris Broom will catch these 3 pretty quickly if they battle.
So will Baxter too. That's going to put all 3 of them into a bit of a mix.
Well, Baxter's already there. Oh, he's having a look at Tracy. Cheeky old Baxter. In the bright orange McLaren. Only way McLaren should be. Here goes the Lexus.
See those long legs. Here we go.
Here goes the Lexus.
And and he's walking past him.
Look at that!
Not
Wow.
even in the braking area yet.
There goes Alexis.
He can cover it
Oh.
off.
Oh, that's something different because the Bentley's not slow in a straight line by any means.
No, it's more of an aero setup really with the Lexus. Like you can get away with having all the wing on it, but it doesn't really need it. Whereas I think the Bentley, well, it's a bit bigger, a bit heavier. You do need
Needs it.
a bit more wing on it to keep it.
Now what can
planted.
Baxter do
Baxter's
here? Oh,
fired.
Baxter's had a look. Almost cost them both positions there.
Yeah.
Keep it clean, Baxter.
Oh, he's gone for it.
He's not going to hang it there, no, because it's one line through there, and it's not that one.
Oh, they're so close to each other. Where is Huddy at the moment?
Ooh. Snap of oversteer for Baxter, and that gives Broomy a run. Oh,
Baxter's
we've got a
just
three-way
gone.
battle here.
Just gone exclusively deep.
He's gone for it. Broomy's down
Broomy's
the
having a look
inside.
on the
Baxter,
inside.
bit twitchy on the entry there. Allows that M4 to get right up the inside. And yeah, now we've got a three-way battle with Foster leading the pack here. Broomy gets an awesome run out of the final corner. Is he going to have a look down the inside into turn one? He looks like he is.
I don't think he's going to need to have a look because he's already passed him.
Yeah,
Look at
that.
that.
Look at that.
Has he gone deep?
And Bentley going to get the switchback. Not quite. A little bit of oversteer on the exit there.
You can just see in the background too that you've got Huddy and Mitchell closing in on these three. As now Broomy gets in front of Foster. So we'll just bring Darren. How's Darren going at the moment? Yeah, we'll bring Darren into the comm box.
You're trying to slow him down, are you?
Are you there, Darren?
Yeah, mate.
How you going there, bud? You're P3 at the moment?
Starting to struggle a little bit, just little mistakes.
Yeah, rightio. How are the tyres feeling halfway through the race?
Good.
Good work. Good work. You got anything to answer with Adrian starting to pull a bit of a gap?
No, he was getting about 0.2 a second on me per lap.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm just watching Rowe now, see if I can keep him at bay.
Yep. Alrighty, mate. We'll leave you to it and we'll grab someone else, mate. All the best for
Cheers,
the last
mate. Cheers.
15 minutes. So there you go. He's watching fourth. Where am I going? All the way up. Where's it's no, that's Adam Falconer. Who's James? Who's James? Is it Foster?
That's Foster, yeah. 188.
Yep, we'll grab him. Are you there, Foster?
No, he's not.
He's hard concentrate racing.
Yeah, I think the tongue is going to be sticking out the side of his mouth here.
Right, we might just let him go for the bit. Try and get a talk to him a bit later on when he doesn't have his hands full.
Probably have a chat to Duke. I'm sure he's not doing much.
Probably making a coffee.
Oh no!
Oh no! No,
that's
that's unfortunate.
Well, you can't blame it on us because he wasn't in the box. Oh no!
Oh no!
Where's that? That's exit of that was the exit of the
4,
top
wasn't
of the
it?
hill there, wasn't it? Yeah. He just got a bit of a snap on, and that was it. It snapped him right around.
Snapped him right around. We'll try and get Huddy. Are you there, Huddy?
Yes, mate, how you going?
Good, mate. Yourself? Just letting the drivers concentrate. Trying to do two things at once.
How are you?
Good, mate. And yourself?
Sweating.
Sweating.
Absolutely sweating, the old fella.
A bit of a hard race you're having at the moment, mate.
It's a tougher year. Only halfway into it. Yeah, I reckon we're going to have a good battle with Baxter in a minute. So
you got a bit of rubbing paint job loss here on the front of your Ferrari. Having a few excursions, are you?
I think it was Rambo that came through on the first lap at the first corner and
yep.
skittled everyone. what that was from, but other than that, we've been okay. Just have to keep the pressure on Baxter, and you never know what will happen. He hasn't raced for a while, so he might get a little bit tired. Who knows? He
might do. Alrighty, mate. We'll leave you to it. We'll try and get on board with someone else, and might even try and get a Baxter for you. So
yeah,
get him.
Get him. I reckon let's get Baxter in the box.
Alrighty, Huddy. We'll leave you to it, mate. We'll talk to you later.
See you, mate. Bye.
Bye. Alright. Let's get Ethan Wilcox, because he's sitting in the pit lane. Ethan Wilcox, are you there?
Yes, I am, good sir.
You're currently sitting in pit lane. Is this strategy, mate?
Yeah, I'm currently charging the NOS tank.
Yeah. Yep. I thought as much. Were you involved in lap 1 incident, were you?
Yeah, which one? I think I was in all of them.
Oh, there was more than one?
Yeah, I think there was one at every corner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Were you the cause of everyone's incident?
No,
What?
but I wish I was, eh?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so you out for the day?
Yeah, basically the front aero damage, man. It's a killer at this track if you get front aero damage. So
Yep.
my race was pretty much over. It was either come into the pits and repair the damage, which puts you so far behind you're irrelevant, or slowly drift back to last place. So I just came into the pits and retired.
Copy. Alrighty, mate. Well, there's a car off. Who's that? Car 28. That's Rob Mitchell. He's had an off at turn 3. That's a bit of a different spot.
In the barrier.
In the barrier. So, alrighty, mate. Well, we'll leave you to it, and or unless if you want to stay here and help us come. Not a lot of action going on at the moment. Saying that,
Say with
Carlson
Mitchell
and
at
Rowe.
turn 3, he's probably either taken a bit too much curb, and it's
on the exit.
On the entry or the exit. And it's more entry more than exit, because it's probably just throwing the car. It picks it up in a weird way sometimes, especially when you're going flat out through there.
Yep.
Or if you're not quite 100% committed, which you need to be for it, it'll do something funky on you.
Yep. So, yeah, our biggest battle at the moment is for P4, Rowe and Carlson. So, we heard from Bridges not too long ago.
Mitchell and Huddy had a collision. That's why he was in the barrier.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that explains a lot.
It's hurt Huddy trying to catch Baxter.
Yeah, it's going to put Macbeth right up the trumpet of Huddy, actually.
And Dad
And
Platt.
as well as Danny Palat is going to give him a bit of action.
Yep. So not out
Something
by any
of
means.
note, at 10 minutes to go, I'm not sure what the gap is between P1 and P2, but Duke has dropped a lot of pace, and Adrian is starting to match him now.
7 seconds, I do believe.
Yeah, I don't think he'd catch him unless Duke really struggled in the last 10 minutes. But yeah, they're doing 45 flats at the moment, the pair of them.
Jesus. So Falcon has found himself another battling mate of Aaron Muriel. after having that great battle with Carlson last race. And he's got
I hear Aaron's got a wedding to go to after this.
Has he really?
Yeah, Muriel's wedding.
Oh, take $5 out of petty cash, mate, and call that a night. And Paul Tracy right on the back now of this too. So this is a three-way battle. Huddy's got a bit of a battle on his hands with Macbeth right up his trumpet. Dad Palat's gone to Belgium out of the last corner. Almost. He's still there, Harry, as Macbeth has a look up the inside of Huddy. Gets the job done.
Yep. Been as talkative this race. Not really a whole lot to talk about, to be quite honest. We do have a three-way battle, of course,
for 6
with Muriel, Falconer, and Tracy. Tracy all over the back of that Mercedes. Falconer has really not had a break in either of these races. Has been battling the entire time.
Drive through for Denny Palat.
Oh, ouch. Burn there.
That will be for track limits. I reckon that'll be.
Oh my word! Tracy there at the right-hander. Just getting so close, right up the gearbox of Falconer there. Only so much this Mercedes will be able to do from this distance if Tracy can be as close as he is there. There's not going to be a whole lot that Falconer can do to defend. We'll have to see the run that they both get out of here.
Well, Falconer's kind of stuck either way he goes. He's got a Lexus in front of him, which he can't do anything with, and a Lexus behind him that's hassling him.
Can't do anything. Thankfully, at least for this lap, for him,
he's got a bit of
not
breathing.
being close enough there.
No.
In other news, who's this? I believe it's Carson. He's right on the back of row
True.
at the moment.
Yep, I've been watching that little battle here and there. Carlson having that very good battle race one with Falconer. Took him to the last lap to make the job stick, or to get the job to stick. So this will be helping Bridges as well keep that P3. I don't know if they've slowed down at all. But 9 times out of 10 they do.
Palat and Bridges have slowed, and Duke has picked up the pace.
As you do. So.
Oh, Tracy's just got past Falconer.
Oh, there we go.
On the exit of, was that turn 8, is it? The fast right-hander?
Be later than 8, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be 9, 11.
5, 6. Yeah, it would be actually. I wasn't sure if the chicane counted as 1 or 2.
And now there's really not going to be much Falconer can do to keep up with 2 Lexuses and a slipstream train. That's impossible.
Might as well just
he'll be waiting on a mistake.
So
what else have we got going on?
Closer to row here, edging ever so closer.
He's having a, I thought he was having a look up the outside then.
Yeah, we got a track cut for that if he didn't back out of it, but I don't think he cares at this point.
Duke's absolutely not
he's
put foot wrong this race weekend.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian's done pretty bloody well to stay as close as he has, but still, Duke's just the absolute class of the field this weekend.
Good battle here for the 2 Lexuses. So if we've learnt anything from this, it's that the Porsche is not OP around here anymore.
Nah, it's pretty UP everywhere now actually.
The Porsches.
Kind of sucks.
Yep.
Yeah. It's useless.
Tracy having a look left, right, and down the middle. Try and get around his counterpart of Aaron. Teammates. Just realised they're one car apart in car numbers. Bit of useless information. Aaron with a 47.1 that lap. Tracy with a 46.8. So Tracy gained 3/10. Mark Beers is back in pits. Dad Polak down to 15th. Gunter is getting absolute hassled here. Still by Carlson.
Yeah. It's all in the middle sector. It's all around here. And then as soon as there's a little bit of a straight, that Lexus does what it does.
Yep.
And pulls right away. But I think this is the closest Carson has been. We'll have another lap after this, won't we? We'll have another lap or two.
Yeah, another 2, I think.
Yeah.
2 minutes left to race. You'll have 30
Yeah, there'll be
seconds.
another lap after this.
Yeah. So time is running out. So's the light. Being 7:15 at night, local time.
See, look at that, like any other car combo, and if you were that close entering the straight, you know, you'd have a chance, but
No,
that
that's
Lexus just runs.
running away from him.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah, even though Carson was 3
It's felt the
tenths
need
up
to
that
go
lap,
defensive.
Can't do anything.
That was quite a weird decision by Rowe there to go defensive. There was quite a gap. But, I mean, I guess the Ferrari is pretty good under brakes.
I don't think we've seen anyone outbrake Alexis though.
No,
Yeah,
true.
it's pretty mental.
Over the weekend. Like it's just
Look at this run he's got now, though.
you can't.
Oh, he's
do
gonna go
anything
for
with
it.
No,
He's
you
gonna
can't.
do it.
Oh, there's contact.
Oh!
There's contact. Race stewards won't be happy with that.
Oh, he gave him a little bit of a shove there to say, no, you're not getting past me, mate. I don't care what kind of car you're in. Oh, he could have done something there too, because he was gaining on him. And going side by side through that corner would have been a who backs out first competition, really.
You need to get out of this section and then come into that third last corner side by side. That's what he needs to work at making that happen in the Ferrari.
If he can get close here, as I think he's thinking, no, you don't do that to me, mate. How about get this into you?
There'll be one more lap. There we go.
There we go.
On the final lap.
Nothing was
Oh no! Carlson's had a massive moment there.
Heartbreak.
That is unfortunate.
Bit too much red mist, I think.
Aaron's still keeping Tracy behind him. Oh, Tracy's having a look now on the inside. There's contact between the two Lexuses. Aaron, Falconer here might get a sniff. Old Rubbin Racing.
Oh, Muriel hasn't had the best run. Oh, actually, he's got the better exit.
Yeah, Tracy didn't have the better run out of the corner.
Yeah.
He's still pulling though,
He
even without
is.
a slipstream or anything.
That Mercedes got very close there to the back of Aaron.
Yeah,
He's
and
still
it's
right
getting
on the
closer.
back.
There's a car off, parked on the side of the road up here. Oh wait, no, never mind. My track map's stupid. I'm stupid for not reading my track map properly. That's someone in the pit lane. Ignore me.
I was going to say, dude, that's Wilcox in pit. Why it's not a yellow dot.
Duke Delacroix coming through the final few corners now in the final sector. He's going to go and take double wins here in the super sprint round 6.
Just dominated the
Season
whole
6.
weekend. 2
Absolutely
poles,
smashed it.
2 wins, and I'd comfortably say two fastest laps as well.
So Duke
For both
Delacroix,
races.
congratulations. Coming across the line. Absolutely perfect weekend.
Adrian with the second best weekend he could have had.
It's not over yet, guys. We've got Chris Broom and Jay Baxter absolutely banging it.
Yeah, look at this. Baxter's not got much more opportunity.
Hard, I think.
Yeah, that's not much more he can do now.
He can send it. You can still send it.
Send it from half a kilometre back.
Where there's brakes, you can send it, son. Think of the Antonov that got blown up, Baxter. Just send it for the Antonov. Broomy comes across the line to take P9. Baxter comes home to P10. Great racing there. Car 31 doing donuts at the end of the main straight. And car 275 as well for good measure. Bridges is playing it safe and already sitting in pit lane. Rowe in P4. Carlson P5. Unlucky for him not to get P4. Tracy P6. Muriel P7. Falconer P8. Baxter P9 and Macbeth in P10. And then the bottom half of the grid was Paul Huddy in 11th. Foster in 12th. Dad Palat 13th. Andy in 14th. Rambo 15th. Ethan's now. Hey, what's going on here? Who left?
In Stone Motherless last.
Stone Motherless last. I forgot he was still in comms actually. There you go. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will wrap it up here. We are at Paul Ricard next, I want to say. Someone confirm that?
I believe you are correct.
Yeah.
So I will be racing at Paul Ricard just to wet my beak. So there might not be a stream. We'll try and work something out. But on that note, we'll see you all next week for Paul Ricard. Thank you for tuning in and see you again next time.
Thanks all.
Yeah, that's how